In the soft glow of a dim Paris lab, something shimmered that the world had never seen before. It wasn't gold or fire. It was invisible, untouchable, dangerous, and beautiful. And at the center of it all stood two people, quiet, brilliant, and completely in love. This is the true story of Pierre and Marie Curie, a story of love, of sacrifice, and of a discovery that would change the world forever. Marie Skłodowska was born in Poland in 1867, the youngest of 5 children in a country under Russian rule. Her mother died when she was just 10. Her father, a teacher, lost his job because of his patriotic views. Life was hard. But even as a girl, Mary dreamed of science, of finding truth in a world that often seemed unfair. In 1891, she made a bold decision. She left her homeland and traveled to Paris to study at the Sorbonne. Alone, poor, and barely speaking French. She studied by day, tutored by night, and slept in a freezing attic with barely enough to eat. But she kept going, because knowledge to her was worth any price. That's when she met Pierre Curie. Pierre wasn't like the other men in academia. He didn't care about status or reputation. He cared about ideas. He was gentle, deeply thoughtful, and just as curious about the world as Marie was. When they first met, he was struck by her intensity, by the way she lit up when she spoke of science. Their connection was immediate, but it wasn't flashy or loud. It was quiet, steady. They were two minds tuned to the same frequency. In 1895, they married. Their wedding was simple. No grand dress, no lavish celebration. Just two people who wanted to spend their lives learning together. Their honeymoon? A cycling trip through the French countryside. What followed was one of the most extraordinary scientific partnerships in history. In a shed beside a school, cold in the winter, blistering in the summer, they worked side by side, day after day, month after month, sorting through tons of pitchblende, a black mineral that held a secret they were determined to uncover, and they did. They discovered something that no one had ever seen before, a mysterious energy coming from the heart of matter itself. Marie gave it a name. She called it radioactivity. Together, they discovered 2 new elements: polonium, named for Marie's homeland, and radium, which glowed in the dark with a ghostly light. It was groundbreaking, dangerous, and mesmerizing. In 1903, the couple received the Nobel Prize in Physics for their work. Marie became the first woman in history to receive one, but behind the glory was growing pain. They handled radioactive substances with no protection, unaware of the damage. It was causing their bodies, their fingers burned, their energy drained, yet they kept working. Because their mission was never fame. It was understanding. Then came tragedy. In 1906, as Pierre crossed the street in the rain, he was struck by a horse-drawn cart. He died instantly. He was just 46 years old. Marie's world shattered. But even in her grief, she rose. She took Pierre's place at the Sorbonne and became the first woman to teach there. She poured herself into research, into her children, and into the dream she once shared with the love of her life. In 1911, she received her second Nobel Prize, this time in chemistry, becoming the only person to ever win in 2 different sciences. She refused to stop. During World War I, she equipped mobile X-ray units and trained women to operate them, saving countless lives in the battlefield. Her devotion to science never wavered, but her health did. Years of exposure to radiation caught up with her. In 1934, she died from complications related to her work. Marie Curie gave the world more than new elements. She gave it a way to see the unseen. She shattered barriers for women in science. And she proved that even in the harshest conditions, through loss, hardship, and sacrifice, human curiosity and love can shape the future. Pierre and Marie were more than scientists. They were soulmates, partners in discovery, and proof that the greatest breakthroughs can come from the quietest hearts. Let their story be your reminder that love and purpose can light even the darkest. Unknown. Subscribe to Intimacy Factor for more stories of truth and legacy from the greatest lives of the past. Let their lessons shape the way we live today.